Hey friends, happy Wellness Wednesday. I thought I'd come out in the pretty sunshine since it's so pretty out today to do this video for you. Today is Wednesday that I'm recording this, and I know that last time I recorded was at the end of December, right before the new year, to kind of give some ending of the year kind of reflection. And today I'm going to focus on resolutions. Now some of you might think, oh, it's already late. Today's the 12th of January that I'm recording this. Your resolution should have already been done. Not so. I usually take the whole month of January to work on my resolutions. It's not fair if you just kind of come up with them on New Year's Eve and then expect yourself to live them through. So I like to take some time. So I wrote them early on, and then I've been just kind of reflecting on them the last week or so to see if they're really what I want to do. And I'll share those with you at the end. But first of all, just some tips on how to look into this new year of 2022. First of all, I invite you to start with the why. We can make resolutions and decisions till kingdom come, but if we don't have a good reason for them, then really there's no need to keep them up. If you're just going to say, oh, I want to lose 10 pounds or I want to stop smoking or whatever, just to make a resolution, and you really don't have a strong why behind it, then that's not going to hold up. So first step is think of your whys. Why do you want to change things, and what specifically are you looking to change? Because that's going to be your motivation to keep on going forward. The second thing then is to choose your style. How are you going to write these resolutions? There's so many articles out there and YouTube videos and vlogs and podcasts about how to do this, and everybody gives different information. So it's really up to you to figure out what's going to work best for you. What have you done that has worked, and what have you done that didn't work? And really pick a good way. So some people like to just say, I'm going to just pick 3 things to work on for the year. And that's great because it's not too general. You can kind of be a little general enough that it covers a lot, but not overly specific, and it doesn't give you a lot to have to work on. For some people though, that just doesn't work. For me, that didn't work because 3, I don't know, I just felt like there was so much more that I wanted to back up with. And so I kind of strayed from that. But that's a very good way to work, is the 3 general rule. You can also do, I've seen people do 1 statement for each area of their life. So here's a 1 statement resolution about my work. Here's one about my health. Here's one about my family. Here's one about wellness. And so doing that kind of thing. And that's a great way to go if you have specific areas you know already you want to work on. It didn't work for me because I just kept listing more and more areas and coming up with more and more ideas. And then I thought, I can never live up to all these. So for me, that didn't work either. But for you, it might work. It might be the way for you to go, is just focus on a few areas of life and write 1 statement for each one. Another way people like to do things is with a vision board. I talked about this a little bit last time. I like doing vision boards. What has happened the last couple of years, though, is that I kind of did them and then I didn't post them anywhere, like in my living room or my bedroom or anywhere specific, and so they just kind of disappeared and I forgot to keep going back to them. So that didn't work for me either, even though I really like doing those. So I may decide to do that halfway through the year, is do a vision board. But that's another way to do it, where you just take cutouts from magazines or newspapers and make a collage, or you can do just a lot of writing and doodling with different ideas and kind of have that in a more artistic way, whatever you want to do. But a vision board is a great way to go. So finally, the way that I decided to go this year is I am doing 3, but I'm not just doing 3 resolutions. I'm doing 3 main goals, and then underneath each main goal is just kind of how I'm going to do that, specific ways that I can live this out. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. Let me turn my camera. My sheet, I just kind of did them on normal paper for now. When I get home later, I'll finally do them. It was on like just a scrap paper before, and tonight when I go home, I'll kind of make it on a pretty paper and put it in my planner. But this is what I decided to focus on. Number 1, I'm going to make good health choices, and the way that I'm going to do that is, first of all, I'm getting back on my eating plan. Some of you know I've been part of an eating plan for a while. It's a lifestyle plan, really. It's not a diet or anything like that, but it's just another way of instilling some good habits of eating and drinking water and things like that. So I've already been working since January 3rd. I've been working on trying to get back on that plan and keeping track of what I'm doing, what I'm eating, etc. The second one is movement, and my goal is to get up to 10,000 steps per day. I say get up to because right now on a normal day, I'll probably get to about 4,000. So I'm trying to work out a way that I can get those extra 3,000, 4,000 in, but work up to it and not just make it like tomorrow I have to start 10,000, but get there. And then my third one is my medical side. I'm really going to keep up with all the doctor's appointments and the lab tests and things that they want me to do just to make sure my health stays good and just, for my own upkeep. And then I decided to go with financial choices. Sorry about the shade here. I'm sitting outside under a tree. But to make good financial choices. First of all, I really need to come up with a long-term plan of building up my savings. That's something I've lacked. Just kind of done like, oh, here I have some money there and here's some money there, but not a real actual process to have some long-term savings goals met. So that's one thing I want to do. The second thing is I plan to do several no-spend days where I literally don't spend any money. That's a hard thing to do when you want to do the Starbucks run every morning or get tired and want to stop and buy food on the way home. So that kind of keeps those habits down as well. But have at least a few days. And when I do have a couple of no spend days, to really celebrate them, not by buying myself something, but doing something fun for myself, just as a way of recognizing that I did it. And then eliminate the unnecessary. It's amazing how much unnecessary stuff we have in our life. Just the other day, I sat with my bank account to look at how many streaming services I started connecting with. I actually used to have cable, and then I decided I'm mostly watching Netflix and Amazon Prime, so I'm going to cancel cable, and that really cut my bill down a lot. And so I said, oh, now I can add Disney Plus, and then later on, oh, now I can add Hulu. It's only $4.99. Oh, I can now up to probably about almost $50 just in streaming services. So I really need to look and see, okay, which ones do I really want to keep, and do I really need them all? So really checking on that. That's my big one. And then the other one is something new I just discovered. Somebody said it on a YouTube video somewhere. Well, I'm going to start to shop my stash. Basically, I have a lot of stuff. I had a lot of planner stuff. I have a lot of craft stuff. I have a lot of miscellaneous food items in my pantry. And when I go to the market, when I'm planning my meals, when I'm deciding on a project or whatever, I'm going to go there first and see what do I have already, so I don't keep rebuying stuff that I really don't need. And then finally, making good spiritual and wellness choices. And I kind of put those together because I really think for me personally, they do go together. Because number one is my prayer life. I really need to research ways to wake up my prayer life a little bit. There's a great article in America Magazine last month, and I want to go back to it where it talked about, just ways to change up your prayer life a little bit to make sure that you don't get bored. I know it's a weird thing to say, but, to just try different methods of prayer and to really open myself up to that. Second one is reading. With all the streaming that I've been doing online, I've really neglected my reading. So every month have at least one fiction book, one ministry book, and one inspirational book. And I know some people that sounds like a lot, but I'm kind of a bookaholic. So I've already done, I think, 4 fiction books this month, and I'm only on the 12th. So I need to pick up the other 2. And then finally, to take some steps outside my comfort zone. There's certain things I avoid doing just because I'm not comfortable with them. One of them is going to the gym in my apartment building. Getting those extra steps in. There is a treadmill in our apartment building complex, and I could go out there and use it, but that's just not in my comfort zone, so I don't. So really taking some steps outside of my comfort zone to accomplish some of these goals. Just some ideas for starting 2022. I'm looking forward to working on some of these goals. If you'd like to share some of them with me, please feel free on our Facebook page or email them to me. It's great. I'm going to be starting an Instagram soon, so once we do that, I'll invite people to share things on Instagram as well, just so we can help each other out with these kinds of things and taking care of ourselves. So that's it for me today. Hopefully I'll see you again next week with some new ideas. If you have any ideas for me, please pass them on down so that I can start working on some different kinds of posts for our Wellness Wednesday. Until then, take good care of yourself. Happy New Year.